Now, this is the fly I'm going to be tying. Now this is a version of a fly they call the Spun dun. Now the Spun dun is a deer hair winged fly where you spin the deer hair round and then trim it at the back. But in this case all I've done is kept it on the top, but still trimmed it at the back as you can see there. And this is just to help give it a shape in the wing as well, buoyancy. It helps to float the fly really well. And you can see it makes for a nice body. It's very nymph-like. Quite simple to tie. This one's got a coiled body and the Coq de Leon tail, which is a good mix of materials and in this case colour. Now, hook I'm using, it's a full and mill hook called the Ultimate Dry Fly, size 16, though as you can see in the back of the box here I've written size 14. Now that's my view. I feel that it's more a 14 than it is a 16. Now the modern style sizes are more like that now than ever, than the old sizes, but you can determine what size they are yourself. That's what I think. Now to tie the thread I'm using the light Cahill Unithread 80. Now waxing your thread, now there's a lot of people ask me about this and why you should wax your thread or not. Now I can tie a fly without wax because I keep the thread really tight, but there are advantages of waxing your thread when you need to. Now basically what I do is normally pull off about, for a fly this size, the first 6 inches or so, and I'd run the wax through once. Then I'd run my fingers through to remove the waste or the excess. Now you can hear that running through my fingers. That's the grip you get when you add the wax. Now when you tie on your thread, now I'm going to start the thread about say a mil from the eye. As you come down 3 or 4 turns. Now if it's wax thread it'll stay to a point, it'll not fall off, and if that was just a normal or a dry wax thread, this would come away. Now you'll feel that that's really tight, and the grip is there. That's why you wax your thread as well. It can be used to colour the thread, it could be used to protect the thread as well. The old silks needed protection and the wax would do that too. So there's many ways the wax is very useful, and it helps in certain points when you're tying your flies, mainly for, like in my case, for tying in the wing and for base of thread down so that the thread turns don't slip. Now I'm going to carry on down the shank of the hook to get to the point before I get around the bend, and then I'm going to tie in some Coq de Leon fibres. Now this is just white and Coq de Leon. Now I'm going to tie in about 4 or so fibres, tear away from the tail, or from the feather, sorry. You're looking for a tail length, round about the hook length at least. We offer the waist ends towards yourself. Now this turn is onto basically up and onto the bare hook. Then what I do is, keeping hold of the tail fibres, I come underneath with the thread, and once I'm by these, I let them go and then pull the thread towards the eye, and then we'll lock that turn in with a turn on top. Now as you can see the fibres separate. That's just a wee quick way of doing a tail. Now the body length is 2/3 the shank, so we'll trim that away to the right length. The body is going to be a stripped quill, Peacock quill dyed yellow. Now as you can see the darker part in the middle there has still got some of the herald on, and you'll see that when I wind it up you get a wee touch of the herald, and it helps to form a nice sort of nymph type body. Now remove one from the eye. Now the way I tie it in is with the baldy end, there's the end at the top here without the herald. Trim away the waste. Now I'm going to go back a turn, just catch this in just to save a wee bit of bulk and get the thread or get the body to start at the right position. Touch and turns with the thread, work your way up to this point here. Now I want a better taper in the body, so I'm going to come down with the thread 2/3 of the way and then come back up. This will help form a nice taper to this point there. Now to protect the quill, you can either wind it over some varnish or in this case some super glue. Just going to wipe it on. Now as you wind the quill up, the leading edge should be the edge with the herald. You want a nice straight turn at the back, and then to get this the nice quill-like body, you want one turn in front of the other. Now at this point here, as I'm coming on to the top, you'll see some Hare. A couple of turns of Hare in this case, and now we can tie this in. Trim that away. And that's a great nymph-like body, so we touch of wax at this point, gives you a bit of grip, away some of the excess. More so you need the wax here just for catching in the deer here. Now, deer hair I'm using, this is a roe deer, this is from the belly, bit lighter, as you can see, more elk hair like. You can use the deer hair you want, I mean I would say probably coastal deer hair, elk hair, something like that. Now take enough off to form the wing, trim it close to the skin. Now you've got the cut ends there. Now what I usually do is twist these open with my fingers and then got to remove any fluff. There's not much fluff on this one, so it's best to do it, especially if you're going to stack it. Now into the stacker, tips first, tap it on your desk. Now they should be lined up. A couple of broken ends there, as you can see. Take them away. Now into your finger and thumb. Now this is the hand, basically I'm facing the fibres forward, so you're looking at least the shank length. Tie this forward, come in nice and tight, come down. There's 4 turns there. Keeping hold of these waist ends, come underneath these ends on top of the body there, and then come in, trim it close to the wing, just like that. Just a wee quick look, see how what it's like. Now the wax thread is helping because it's stuck. Now at this point what I'm going to do is just get the wing. You may want to put another couple of turns in there, but I'm quite happy. I know this is going to hold. Then I'm going to get some of the dubbing. Now it's the UV dubbing I'm going to use, this one here. It's a Hare's Ear Diamond-Brite. Now it's a lovely colour. Just like if you imagine, I tie this same fly, but I tie it as a nymph as well. If you imagine, put a bead in front of that, shorter tail, same body, and it works really well. So tiny wee bit, to say the UV, just dub this on. Now as we take it up, there's no wax on my thread at this point. The very little wax, that's why I can move this around. If you put wax on that, you'll struggle to actually adjust the dubbing. Now what you're going to do is make a space and work towards the eye, down the dubbing as you wind. You can tighten up if we need to. Keep going. Get to the eye. Just finish off with a few turns. Sure everything's neat. Looks okay. Then we can go tiny bit of varnish onto the thread. Now this is about, say, 1 centimetre from the eye, and then we can whip finish, and that's your fly finished. 4, there we go. Draw away the thread. Now what we can do is turn it upside down, a wee quick look. Just if there's an odd fibre you're not happy with, you can trim it away, or even some of the dubbing. A quick look. There we go. That's basically the spun done, quill body, but within that there's some nice wee tying methods. You could trim away 1 or 2 of these fibres. A couple there I don't like, so I'm just going to take them out. Try the other side. Yeah, that'll do it. Adds to the fly. Now once that, by winding the dubbing through the deer hair, basically it opens the fibres out, and you'll find that your fly dries much better, and the fly sits nice too. So there we are, and that's a version of the spun done. So I hope you enjoyed that.